Happy Friday. Have you guys had your coffee? I had mine. This is my second. I've got my green smoothie over here. I got my big glass of water. I am ready to go. So I want to talk to you today about a topic that I hear a lot with my clients. And this is an example that it's really fresh in my mind because we just talked about this recently with a client of mine. But this is something that I hear a lot in coaching sessions. And the topic that we're going to talk about is how to deal with someone you're frustrated with at work. Now, I think this can apply also to someone who you're frustrated with, period. This could be a friend, this could be someone in your home, this could be a family member. It could be really any relationship. So I want to talk to you about how to deal with this because it's so common. And the reason I chose this story for today is because my client had a revelation. We have aha moments in these coaching sessions, and sometimes we have real revelations. And I cannot tell you how exciting it is to see someone to have a real revelation, to really experience a total shift in perspective, totally change the state that this person is in. It's incredible. And what I want to share with you, I think it's kind of pretty universal, right? I certainly know that I've been through this experience where, I was frustrated with someone at work. And let's face it, there's so much underneath that frustration. It's never as simple as it appears. Although we tend to simplify it, right? We tend to just kind of look at things from a right and wrong perspective and just say, I'm right. That person's wrong. We tend to just look at things from a black and white perspective. Things are unfair, and the situation is stacked against me. I cannot win here. I'm so frustrated with this person, and we just see everything as bad. Okay, so what happens then? What happens is you go into these meetings, because this example is from a corporate setup. You go into these meetings and you just avoid this person. You avoid talking to them. You certainly are going to have a really difficult time to come up with some creative ideas to work better together, right? So then it's kind of a lose-lose situation because you're holding on to this type of thinking that ultimately is not benefiting anyone. It's certainly not benefiting you, and it's not benefiting the group as a whole or the conversation. So, what's a good place to start to change this thing? Well, first of all, you want to at least come from a place of, I want to look at this further. It's so easy to just kind of sit with it and say, this is it, and it sucks, and it's so bad, and I'm tired of this, and I don't even want to deal with this, and why is it so unfair? Okay, that's one type of mindset, but there's so much more that we can do to kind of elevate our mental state and the way we look at the situation to change it so we can feel better. Because you know what, guys, ultimately, coaching and really the effort towards personal development has, in my mind, one simple goal, which is try to tap into kind of a higher version of ourselves. Try to tap into this better version of who we are that shows up sometimes. But you know what? We want to make it show up when we want it so that we can be happier. Okay? I believe that when we put forward the best version of ourselves, we are feeling happier because you know what? We're proud of ourselves and we know we're doing the right thing. So, back to my story. So this person decided in this coaching session to try to have another perspective. And that's where my role as a coach comes in, which is really challenging, right? Challenging you to see things differently. So how did we do this? So first, she sat with this frustration, really feeling that frustration that she had with this person, right? And she had her own reasons, and they were all valid, right? We're not saying that feeling frustrated is wrong. We're not saying that the situation is fair. We can see that it's unfair from your perspective, but when you sit with it and we sit with that frustration, then we are sort of opening the door a little bit to kind of seeing things differently and making things better. Second, we're looking at facts. Check those facts because what she found in the situation is that the enemy, the person she was really frustrated with, was actually not that bad. Now, of course, it took a while to really see it this way, but there was a lot of willingness to try to change the situation and feel better about it so we can have a better outcome. And so, what she found was that she was able to give credit to this person for the good work that she's done. Now, that was a really great next step. What she did then was she realized that it's difficult to really have empathy for the other person, right? But when she was looking beyond this kind of, in her words, black and white kind of thinking, and she was able to give credit to the other person, right? If you can give credit where credit's due, you already are making progress on this kind of personal evolution and tapping into the superpower that you have to really raise your mindset and be able to look beyond just kind of this black and white kind of thinking. And let's just call it for what it is. It's scarcity thinking. This is where she recognized next was that when she checked the facts, really what was happening was that she realized that she was coming from a place of what we call scarcity, which is kind of this thinking, this believing that there isn't enough and we have to just kind of fight for it, fight to get our peace. So the opposite of that is abundant thinking, which is, there is enough for everyone. Yes, this situation might be unfair. This person might be annoying, might be pushing your buttons, might be triggering you. But the revelation here for her was that the issue all along was this fear that there wasn't enough, work, enough success to go around, and that there just isn't enough to go around for everyone. And this revelation was really powerful for her because she got to this thinking where she said, there is totally enough to go around. In fact, if I am able to work with this person, I'm pretty sure we can not just enlarge kind of the piece of the pie that she gets, but actually increase the pie. Do you know what I mean? Right? There is enough, and together they could actually work even better and succeed even better than on their own. What I thought was also an incredible revelation was what she said at the end. She said, I thought that was the end of the story, that things were unfair. What a beautiful way of expressing this situation, right? The story doesn't end here. And if you take anything out of this video, I want you to remember those words because I know I will remember them. I noted them when she mentioned it. The story doesn't end here. The story goes on. The story goes as far as you want to take it. So instead of what she found, she took this story even further, and she found that she could actually feel proud of herself. Because see, what was happening when she was angry with this other person is she was modeling anger and frustration and the scarcity type of thinking to the other people who worked in her team, who worked for her. And what she found was that by tapping into this higher level mindset, she was able to actually expand her own thinking and feel good with herself, feel proud of herself. You know what I mean? When we go around and we are working with the situation and we are willing to expand our thinking and look at things from a different perspective and work with each other, we're increasing our creativity, we're increasing our connectedness and impact at work, okay? And we're modeling really good behavior to the people in our team. So the story doesn't end here. If you are frustrated right now with someone, I want you to take that story further, okay? Thank you for watching this. I will come to you every week with these kind of weekly videos. Please let me know if you like these. Tell me what you like about this. DM me with ideas and questions that you have. And I look forward to seeing you. Remember, the story doesn't end here.